Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about public recording, something that should be simple but often turns into a big deal. We'll look at how using your rights can sometimes clash with what people expect, leading to some tense and interesting moments. We'll break down real interactions with the public and police to see how standing up for your rights plays out in everyday situations. It's all about finding the balance between personal freedom and public reactions. So let's dive in and see what happens when you exercise your rights in public.
What's that?
Can I ask you what you're recording?
Sure. Just doing some recording.
For what reason?
That I can't get into right now.
You can't give it to me?
I can't give you that information right now.
But if I'm on camera and my kid's on camera, I have a right to ask.
Just actually you're on camera right now.
Yeah, but why?
Well, I'm kind of working right now, so.
That's very odd.
Not really.
That's not...
I mean, they got cameras in here. There's one right above you right now, ma'am.
But you're not official. Are you official?
Official? Of what?
Are you from the USPS? That's for security. You're just posting things on your media feed.
I have a right to. We all have a right to record in public.
But you need to ask for permission.
No.
This is not
No.
for a federal.
It's public property. It's public property.
Ask anyway.
You can ask, yeah. You can ask. So she's gonna go ask get the advice of this gal here leaving. Here's one of many cameras that are already recording in here. And I don't care if people say, oh, that's for security. You know, at the end of the day, a camera is a camera.
That's what I was telling her. Can we stop recording, please?
What's that?
Can you stop recording? You feel violated. My freedom wants you to stop recording, please.
Oh my
I
God.
do have the same rights as she does. If you don't want her to record, she's inside.
She's complaining about something. There's one fire starter. Everyone's getting all riled up now.
This is a federal building. She shouldn't be allowed to be here.
Do I look cute?
What's that?
Do I look cute?
Depends. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I'm not responsible for your comfort level, ma'am, at the end of the day. We're all responsible for our own comfort level. I mean, I have it on video that you touched my camera. She came up to take a picture of me and she swatted at my camera to move it out of the way.
I don't get a good one up yet.
Oh, there you go.
Excuse
Hey, don't
me.
touch my camera. I said, no, that's unacceptable. I wouldn't physically touch you or your property.
Correct.
So I just made that point to her when I stepped outside. I said, keep your hands to yourself. And then she
Right.
says I'm following her and going into hysterics. So, I mean, yeah, she's welcome to go on her way,
Right.
as she's doing.
This situation shows how important it is to understand our rights, especially when it comes to the First Amendment. The filmer in this case is simply recording in a public space, which is perfectly legal. The Constitution gives us the right to film in public places, and this includes government buildings like the post office. The filmer didn't break any laws, but when the woman came up and touched the camera, that's when things got uncomfortable. It's important to note that touching someone else's property without permission is a violation of their rights, and that includes equipment like a camera. The filmer stood their ground, politely reminding the woman not to touch their property, which is the right thing to do in a situation like this. As for the woman's complaints about being filmed, she had the option to leave at any time. If she felt uncomfortable, she could have just walked away. The filmer wasn't following her, they were just addressing the situation. It's essential to stay calm, respect other people's space, and know that we all have the right to document things in public. In a society where freedom of speech is protected, being able to record in public places is a powerful tool to ensure accountability and transparency. If you want to support the First Amendment and the right to film in public spaces, follow your local advocates and keep learning about your rights. Also, if you're passionate about helping those who served our country, consider supporting initiatives that help homeless veterans. One great way is by checking out the latest soap products that give back to this cause. You can make a difference while supporting important rights.
They're giving you a ticket? Speeding? What's that? For speeding?
I'm not gonna ask you again, all right? Well, you can film, that's fine. Just go stand over by your car.
You got the wrong one. You got the wrong one.
What's that?
You got the wrong one.
I got the wrong
Just
one.
carry on. Do your business.
Okay, you need to back up, otherwise you're interfering with my stop. Okay?
Well,
I've been cordial with you so far. You need to stop talking. Okay. Gotta wait. Gotta wait.
You okay, man? You piss yourself a little bit or what?
Leave. Otherwise we're gonna have an issue, dude.
Why is that?
Because you're interfering with my stop.
Your stop is gone.
Yeah, now my stop is gone after you've been here the whole time. So here's the deal.
No, there's no deal.
Yeah.
There's no deal.
You can either get back in your car and you can leave, or I can get your identification, okay?
What's your name?
My name's Officer Lockwood.
Officer Lockwood with what department? And you're telling me you're going to get my ID for standing on a public easement recording
yeah,
you?
a public easement, but you're interfering with my stop.
How, your stop is gone, son.
Now my stop's gone, but you're interfering.
How did I interfere with it?
Okay.
You might want to go look up that statute and get a supervisor, son, or just get in your car and leave. That'd be best.
Okay.
You think that you're the first clown I've ever dealt with?
No, I know you're not the first person I've ever dealt with.
Okay, just leave. Go do your work. Hey guys, it's in New Mexico. It is Pojoaque. Hey, what's up, boss? Hey, how are you? I'm James.
True Hill.
True Hill. Good to meet you, sir.
Good to meet you.
Are you a sergeant or?
No. I'm
Okay. Cool. What's this guy's name again? Lockwood.
Officer Lockwood.
So you're not his supervisor?
No.
Can we get his supervisor out here to spank him a little bit?
You go contact our office and,
Okay.
and talk to them there.
Just watch your attitude.
First, I can do it here on site.
I don't have an attitude.
You're good.
All right. Hey, have a good one, brother.
This situation shows exactly why it's so important to understand your rights, especially when it comes to recording police officers. The First Amendment gives us the right to record in public spaces, and that includes filming law enforcement during traffic stops. Here, the officer tried to push the auditor back and even threatened to get his ID for simply standing on a public easement and recording. That's an obvious violation of rights. The officer has no legal ground to stop someone from filming unless they're actually interfering with the stop, which in this case, the auditor wasn't. The officer's behavior escalated unnecessarily. Instead of calmly addressing the situation or letting the individual record, he got defensive and aggressive, which only makes the situation worse. It's important for police to de-escalate interactions, not provoke them, especially when someone is exercising their constitutional rights. The real kicker here is the fact that the officer may have been outside his jurisdiction, working on land where he has no authority to enforce the law. That adds a whole layer of complexity to the situation, and it's something the officer likely didn't want to acknowledge. But it's a reminder that citizens can challenge these oversteps legally. In a case like this, the best course of action for any citizen is to stand firm in their rights, stay calm, and if things go south, request a supervisor. Filming in public spaces is not just a right, it's an essential tool for holding law enforcement accountable.
What are you here for?
They called.
Okay.
He's talking to them now.
Oh, that's cool. I'm just out here on a street taking video. Took a video over there. Tampa police already, they gave the security a wave. So I'm just continuing to take pictures out here on a public street. You got any drugs or weapons on you? You got anything I need to know about?
Me?
Yeah. Your car, I smell marijuana coming from that car, you know?
Oh, do you?
You see where I'm going with this, though?
Wow.
You see where I'm going?
Not really, no. You don't.
It's all the things that get told to us as citizens out here on the street.
Okay.
That's why I'm out here trying to protect the law. I protect the Constitution and the law,
Okay.
So.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for him to talk to them.
All right, that's cool. I'll be right here. Am I detained? Am I detained for a crime? What crime do you suspect me of? I have to know.
Do you look detained? Do I look like I'm detaining you?
Well, what's your name and badge number? J. Campbell, 787.
Yeah,
well, then I want to know why you're making contact with me.
Because you're on the street.
All right, that's cool. Well, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to keep taking pictures, all right? Yep. I need you to get out of here, okay? My tax dollars ain't paying for this. Public photography is not a crime. Oh, I pay taxes every time I buy something. Every time I... She's saying I don't pay taxes. She's so silly.
All right, imagine this. An auditor walks into a city hall, camera rolling, just checking out the public areas. It's a quiet day, a couple of employees at the front desk, some folks waiting in line, nothing crazy. The auditor starts filming near a bulletin board with public notices when an employee suddenly steps in and says, "Hey, you can't record in here." The auditor responds, "This is a public building, right? I'm just documenting public information." But the employee isn't having it and calls security. Now here's where things get interesting. A security guard shows up and says, "If they don't want you recording, you have to stop." But that's not really how the law works, is it? Public buildings like city halls, courthouses, except courtrooms, and even police stations are government-funded spaces where the public has a right to be. If there's no law or policy that says recording is restricted, then telling someone to stop filming is basically just an opinion, not an enforceable rule. Of course, there are limits. You can't go into restricted areas, you can't disrupt official business, and you can't harass employees, but if you're in a publicly accessible area, quietly recording, there's no legal reason for anyone to stop you. The First Amendment protects the right to record in public spaces, and that includes inside government buildings, unless there's a specific lawful reason otherwise. This kind of situation happens a lot because most employees aren't trained on public access laws. They assume that because they feel like filming is wrong, they can order people to stop. That's why auditors are important. They test the system, push back against misinformation, and remind government employees that public spaces belong to the public. Bottom line, if it's open to the public and you're not breaking any laws, you have every right to record. And if someone tries to shut you down, stay calm, stand your ground, and ask them to show you the law that says you can't. Most of the time, they won't have an answer.